Greetings people, it's Jared here, Wolfgang1, back for another Transformers review. Now this week, I thought I'd go back into the mists of time. Not as far back as G1, we're going to take a look at the Generations line this week. And a figure that I reviewed, I think when it came out actually, about 10-12 years ago, something like that. I thought I'd take another look at it and see if it holds up by today's standards or whatever. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the review for Generations Thunderwing. Right, okay, here is Generations Thunderwing in his alt mode. I'm going to get this straight off the bat. He kind of reminds me in this mode, I think it's probably because of these sections just here, kind of reminds me of the F-22 Raptor. A little bit, only with more sort of stylized wings just here. But this back section here reminds me particularly of that aircraft model. He is an update, obviously, of the Generation 1 Thunderwing. So what they tried to do with this is incorporate both the robot and the shell in one, so you didn't have a semi-shit Pretender. What you end up with is he's okay, but you do end up with a semi-shit toy. Both modes look competent enough. It's just when I actually bought this, and I think I got this out of Forbidden Planet or something like that for $12.99 or whatever, it's $13.99. When I eventually got this, I was a little bit let down by how basic the toy actually was. Especially considering in the same line you had the Cybertronian Optimus Prime from the War for Cybertron game in the same line as this. So as a result, I was a little bit sort of let down by what the transformation process was. But we'll come on to that when we come on to it. So let's have a look at some of the things that Thunderwing came with. A one instruction booklet. And I love how on these ones it used to say the level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one they classed as easy. I'm not sure what levels 0 and 1 mean. Probably brain dead and moron. But yeah, so he's a level 2. He's classed as easy. So that's his instruction booklet right there. He came with two cannons, which attach to either robot mode or mode, or he can hold them in robot mode as well in his hands. And to go along with this, he came with two translucent orange missiles. Now the thing is, I thought we were long past the stage of firing weapons, right? But if I just do this, that's got a hell of a reach on it. So it's good to know that they going into like the sort of 21st century, they thought, yeah, we're pretty sure we can make children poke their eyes out if at all possible. So yeah, so it's nice to see spring-loaded weapons just there. They're the only weapons he came with, and he came with this little attachment here. Now this is part of his nose cone in alt mode, but this is supposed to be a homage, if you will, to the original Generation 1 toy, where the inner robot of the Pretender shell transformed into a small fighter jet. The Pretender shell also transformed, but the robot transformed into a small fighter jet thing, spaceship thing, which connected to the front of the Pretender shell in alt mode, if that makes sense. And so this is just a nice little throwback to that. I mean, they might as well not bother. I mean, this here is the most pointless accessory of the whole lot. So you've got Thunderwing just there, and then basically you just connect that underneath there, just like that, and then that is him in full jet mode without weapons, obviously. That's him in full jet mode. Do you know what? I do like the jet mode. I do. I can't remember how kind or how unkind I was to this figure in the original review of like about 10-12 years ago. But yeah. Now the good thing about this is these things here are multi-directional. So if you want, you can have these standing up, just like that. You can have them maybe in a little bit more. I generally tend to have them in that position. Personal preference, if nothing else. Let's attach his weapons. So they will go on the underside of these like little ports just here. Be careful not to send the missile firing off, as I did earlier, trying to film this fucking review. Careful. So I plug them in like that, straighten everything up, and there we are. That is Thunderwing in his full alt mode. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. I think they used this design as a basis for the character of Thunderwing in IDW when they did the Stormbringer series right at the beginning of their of IDW's run. I think it was near the beginning. I think they might have used this toy as the base model for the character in that, or the other way around. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. So that's Thunderwing in his alt mode. It's decent enough. It is. So we're going to take it to robot mode, and for that, I think we'll just leave the cannons on for this. So for robot mode, we want to fold away the landing struts, one like that, and these two just this. And right, okay. So underneath, right, you can kind of clearly see. And this is why, for me, the figure was a bit of a letdown in terms of transformation. You can sort of see what's going on underneath there. There's the arms, there's the legs, and there's pretty much the entire chest. There's not a lot, really, in terms of disguise there at all, is there? But what we're going to do is we're going to open up the bottom section just here, okay? And then we're going to stretch out the legs and bring the legs down on this assembly just like that, okay? And then these purple tabs, you want to split those apart for the feet, just like that, okay? Then close this section back up. And then, do you know what? Let me change the lighting a little bit and pull the camera back a bit. Yeah, that'll do. Then you want to fold these down like that. Bring the wing assembly, get those arms out of the way. Bring the wing assembly all the way back like this. Snap back the cockpit, and that will fold over the back of that, just like that. Stand it up, right? Stand it up. Position everything the way you want it. So arms, let's just move the hands forward like this. Fuck off. Right. And then this section just here, bring this down, lock it into place, and then do that if you want. Right, and that's the toy, right? So we're going to turn these things around because they... Oh yeah, you can bring the wings out as well, right? Bring these weapons round. And that right there, right? That right there is Thunderwing. There's really not a lot to it whatsoever. Straighten those arms up. There we are. There is not a lot to Thunderwing at all in terms of transformation, but you cannot deny that the alt mode and the robot mode look really, really nice. There's some decent colour on the chest just here, picking out the green and everything like that, and his funky little samurai belt and everything like that. But in all honesty, that is the toy. So the first time I transformed this, I thought maybe I did something wrong. Maybe have I missed a step or something? Have I missed something really, really interesting? I consulted the instructions and I went, oh fuck no, I haven't. I've missed nothing there at all. So in terms of the transformation, he's a little bit underwhelming. But a decent robot mode. Let's see if I can get a oh yeah, he's got light piping as well. Look at that, yeah. A little bit light piping. But that is a decent head sculpt right there. That is a beautiful, beautiful head sculpt. But I'm not surprised he's classed as a level 2 easy, because there was fuck all to that. Absolutely, well, actually less than fuck all to that transformation. So as a result, I was a little bit disappointed. But overall, I guess really I shouldn't be disappointed, because the sculpt is decent. The alt mode and the robot mode are decent enough, and that it's just I was expecting something a little more challenging than what we actually got. So as a result, I'm not entirely convinced he was worth the original $12.99 or $13.99 price point that I paid for him back in 2000 and God knows what. Despite that, a decent enough toy. At least in my opinion. So, but then again, my opinion counts for very, very little. So make your own conclusions there, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching this review. This is Joe Gavin Barry, also known as Wolfgang1, saying I'll be back next week with more music, more reviews, more. I've got no idea what's going on my channel at the moment. I've uploaded so many videos ahead of time. I've got no idea what's coming and what isn't. But I'm sure whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be fucking great. So yeah, thank you for watching this review, and I will see you next time. Until then, take care. To go.